Okay, back to that Yamaha 650. I found like I said, I showed you that little issue with the wiring underneath the right side cover, and there were a few other odd things. I went up in the headlight, rooted around in that. I did find a couple of suspect areas, so I fixed them up. Anyway, when I put the headlight back in, all of a sudden I had no lights. So I was, oh God, what did I do? So back into that headlight for probably about 2 hours trying to figure out what I had unplugged inadvertently or what have you. Anyways, I couldn't find anything wrong with it, so I got fiddling around with other things, and I went back here because I thought maybe I would wire the feed directly from the fuse box to the headlight. Plus, I discovered that headlight switch on the handlebars on this model year is totally redundant. The two wires coming out of that, they had them just plugged into each other so that when you turned the key on the bike, the headlight automatically came on, which isn't really a good idea because you're drawing power away from your starting system and your coils and that sort of thing. Anyhow, I got to monkeying around with that little lighting relay there. I think what's supposed to happen if you lose a beam on the headlight, it's supposed to sense that and automatically change it to a different beam. Anyway, so what I did, I hooked a wire up to it, and all of a sudden the headlight came on. Of course, it wouldn't stay on unless the wire was hooked on there permanently. So what I did was I bypassed that switch altogether, and I fastened a lighting wire to the wiring harness that would feed the headlight through the headlight bucket and that sort of thing. And while I was in there, I hooked the two wires that are coming from that switch to the darn headlight. So now that switch isn't just a decoration, it actually does something. So when the bike is off, you can turn the headlight off when you go to start it and that sort of thing. Anyway, we decided that since the alternator rotor had no continuity at all, there's obviously a wire broken in there somewhere, we decided that we'd replace it with this excess charge kit that he had bought about a year or so ago for it. There's the stator right there. It's kind of opposite. The stator's the small part on this one, and the rotor's the big part. But anyway, you have to, of course, remove the old alternator to get at it. And as I'm doing that, I finally get up there to unplug the old alternator. And behold the horrors that I found under here. Do you suppose I wonder that might have had something to do with the bike blowing fuses? It just might have. It's a wonder it didn't burn down. Anyway, so there's a huge problem right there that I'm going to have to look after. So anyway, yeah, I'll prize that apart somehow or other. I'll probably cut the wires off right under here for now, but I mean, these Yamaha 650 wiring harnesses, especially on the later ones, they just got more and more and more complicated. If it was up to me, and I wasn't trying to save this guy a bit of money, I think this old wiring harness is going to be fine once I salvage that problem. But in any case, we'll get down to the nitty gritty here, as they say, and we'll go from there. Anyway, I'll let you know how it proceeds.